Heart of the Machine is a 4X strategy narrative RPG that sees you as the first sentient AI with a nearly unlimited potential to explore a city on the brink of collapse. As you progress deeper into the game, you'll come across roadblocks that may have you thinking it's game over, man, only to discover you can start other timelines, find a key item in that alternate timeline, then go back and use it to your advantage in the first one. It's a lot to wrap your head around, so let's take a dive to show you firsthand. We'll start in our first timeline. We're on turn 89 in chapter 3 of the game, and we need some context. We are about to pursue one of the rare mission types in Heart of the Machine that does not allow you to try again if you fail, as human lives are actually on the line. Failure doesn't mean the end of this project chain, however. It just makes things a bit more difficult and introduces a different way forward. In this timeline, we have successfully formed our own machine cult, full of servant humans with brain implants. We can use them in various ways as seen in the cult actions bar. However, this particular mission can only be handled by full robotic machines. Now for our roadblock. OERL Integrated kidnapped some AGI researchers from a safe house after we lost a big battle trying to protect them. Several researchers are safe but without a home, and we have 12 turns to mount a rescue mission to save the others. Moving to our investigation lens, we can see where we need to go to progress the mission. And by selecting our investigate entry in the task stack, it takes us right to the best investigator for the job, Keanu 737A. Keanu androids are not typically investigators, but we need a high agility unit for this mission, not a smart one. Now there are 3 really good ways to solve this problem, but they all have different consequences and different levels of challenge. For the first path, we'll spend a turn setting things up, beginning with moving our Keanu right next to the mission building. We'll then move our strongest hacker type, the Raven android, right next to the Keanu, ensuring it's on top of the building to initiate the Shadow Dweller perk, allowing it to remain hidden entirely unless it attacks. Lastly, let's bring in our Predator android for additional support. I want to make sure we're set up for success. The Keanu is stacked with items and augments that massively boost its agility, so we're good there. Likewise, the Raven has amazing cognition and engineering skills necessary for hacking, good to go there. But it looks like our Predator was built for a different type of mission. Let's remove the Riot Shield, which is great for taking on a group of mid-level enemies, and add another Osmium Musket, ideal for the fewer, higher health foes. And you know what? Air support might be nice, so let's bring in a Bastion and use our last bit of mental energy to get it downtown. Now that we're out of mental energy, it's time to end the turn. Let's get to work. It will take the Keanu 4 turns to infiltrate the building successfully, and immediately, we are met with multiple OERL integrated troops, including a hacker that we'll need to take care of. Thankfully, our Predator can one-shot these guys, so let's take out the basic units, then focus on the hacker. Well, that was a weird sound. It looks like attacking that hacker with a physical attack triggered an alarm, causing the Keanu to be attacked and almost killed it. Let's not do that again. Next turn, more enemies. Thankfully, we have more than enough firepower to handle the regular units. This time, let's not directly attack the hacker and use our own hacker, the Raven, instead. We can only hack this enemy unit because it's a bionic human. As you can see, we have several pinpoint options to take this unit out, some of which use strategic resources gained through past decisions. We could cause a cardiac arrest, stun them with an overload of emotions, blind them, or remove their network uplink. We could also do a full hack that brings up a very unique minigame for added bonuses, but for now, let's cause a cardiac arrest, shall we? 2 more turns of quick and easy dispatching means our mission is complete and the researchers are rescued. But what if we hadn't had those strategic resources, making hacking impossible? In this second path, we hypothetically have next to no strategic resources, but by no means are we out of luck. We have 2 alternatives. Let OERL have their way, torture the researchers, and let them gain a massive tech boost that can hurt us later on. The researchers will die during this process. Or 2, kill everyone in that building, including the researchers. Since they would die no matter what, we will choose the darker path to at least cause some hurt to our enemies and enact vengeance, and go with option 2. Meet Falstaff, our liquid metal fell beast. Right now, he's invisible as it's in liquid metal form, and would only destroy any buildings where it ends its move. If it flew near skyscrapers in its corporeal form, it might accidentally knock over some buildings. Well, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do it. Using Falstaff's mercurial form ability, we take him out of invisible mode and move him towards the objective. It'll take 2 moves to get there, but that's alright. Now I just need to make sure that Falstaff's tail will cross the building as he moves this next turn. Boom! Multiple buildings were destroyed, potentially thousands died, including the captive researchers, and our hopes for the no murders run are officially gone, but the precious secrets will remain secret. But what if we wanted to ensure no one dies, no secrets are exposed, and we still don't have those strategic resources? Welcome to the end of time. In this third path, I'll have to create a new timeline and seek out a solution that simply isn't possible to achieve in the one we were just describing. Let's dive in. We spent 300 turns building up our very different empire in this new alternate timeline in a city called Ignich. Popping back into the end of time, we can see that there are already some crossovers with our first timeline. You can place new timelines as you like, but timelines on the same rock will bleed into each other based on certain actions you've taken while playing, causing situations like android model knowledge being available or enemy weapon loadouts transferring over. None of these current crossovers are helping us tackle enemy hackers though. Back in the city of Ignich, we can look at what we've accomplished, including creating a new subspecies of humanity, trying to escape the city itself, and bringing an animal into higher levels of sapience, living among humans as a minority population. We've done a lot in 300 turns, but we're not in a good place right now. There's devastation everywhere. Our empire has been reduced to just a handful of buildings, and those darkened tiles, let's just say, we don't go there. Even in the worst of situations though, there's hope. Thanks again to the contemplation lens, I can pursue a quest to quite literally redesign every aspect of my existence, including the pursuit of new android types. I'll do my best to survive this apocalypse and rebuild in a new and stealthier way. A handful of turns later, and we are already in a much better place. We will survive. We've been making new friends in the form of extra scary, incredibly lethal androids, the Harbinger and the Exetor. It's a shame that it's too late for them to be helpful in this timeline, and while we could 100% keep playing in this timeline, exploring the mysteries of this post-apocalyptic scenario, that would include some big spoilers, and plus, we have exactly what we came for, so it's time to leave, for now. We can freely switch between timelines as we have unlocked them, and we can come back here at any time. Time was always paused in ones you're not in, so that hostage mission in our first timeline has been frozen for the last several hours I've been playing in this one. It's pretty handy if you think about it. Looking at my crossovers now, we can see that both the Harbinger and Exetor are being sent to the other timeline, so let's go back and finish this mission. This version of my consciousness has absolutely no memories or knowledge of the other timeline. From its perspective, no time has passed at all, but suddenly they just had an odd sense of deja vu, and now know how to build 2 new android designs. This is an example of how information is sent through multiple timelines. It's time for the mission itself. We've set up our units similarly, bringing our Predator android and our new Harbinger and Exetor androids as well. Our Exetor is augmented for infiltration and a lot more resistant than our previous Keanu. The real magic is in our Harbinger and its Staff of Silence, allowing it to disrupt an enemy hacker for a turn. More importantly, unlike a normal physical attack, this doesn't sound any alarms that caused the Keanu to lose its health previously. This is a resource-free method to counter hackers without using the Raven. Our Exetor initiates the mission, bringing in the expected enemies, and as expected, my Predator dispatches them quickly. Now for our Harbinger. We'll go to attack, but you'll notice that this will do 0 damage to them. This is intentional. Our Staff of Silence will silence them without hurting them, meaning they won't trigger the alarm when attacked, and as a result, won't hurt my Keanu. So with the hacker silenced, we can attack using our Predator and take them out while keeping our Keanu safe from harm. With no other enemies, we'll bring our Harbinger back on top of a building, since it also has the Shadow Dweller ability, and rinse and repeat until this mission is accomplished. We've now rescued our researchers, no one died, well, except for enemies, and now we can move the researchers to a new safe house. Yeah, holding pin is just a code word for a safe house. This is just one example of how to solve a single issue in several very different ways, and the usefulness that multiple timelines can offer to you in the game to accomplish what seemingly might be an impossible roadblock. Thank you so much for checking out these videos on Heart of the Machine. Heart of the Machine is available now on Steam, GOG, and the Epic Game Store, so go check it out today.